Hi you guys. Today's video is very personal. So, I might be crying. I don't know. I don't really talk about, you know, this thing that I have. So yeah. So anyway, you're probably wondering what strabismus is. So strabismus is actually it's a I don't really know. It's a thing in your eye, not a thing in your eye, but it's like a condition where you have kind of like a lazy eye, but not necessarily a lazy eye. It's basically and I've seen people who have it differently. For me, this eye will go inward. So if I'm looking straight at you right now, you probably saw my eye kind of went a little bit more left than usual, right? When I was diagnosed with this when I was younger, so I really don't remember all the treatment that I went through. I do know that they put me in corrective lenses so that my eye wouldn't turn. And over the years, it's gotten better. When I was younger, I've seen pictures of my eye, like it was noticeable when I was younger. But as I've gotten older, it's gotten better. But it's interesting, and there's more to it besides your eye going inward. It affects your vision. So in this eye, where it turns inward, it I cannot see far away, and it's blurry. If I take off my glasses, anything like when I'm at the grocery store, I can read the first two signs, like in the aisle. In the aisles, after that, it's a wrap. Like maybe the first three if I'm lucky. And those are big words, so yeah. I can't see nothing far away. It's blurry, and I get double vision. So sometimes there are times where I see two of things, and I didn't really realize that it was part of my condition. I just thought it was something that, I don't know, that I just did. I don't know. I noticed it a lot when I was younger, and recently, like today, I just decided to do research on it to see, how many of how many people are affected by this. And I discovered a lot of the symptoms that that this disorder has. A lot of people have, and I have a lot of them too. Like the whole double vision thing, I didn't know that was part of it, so I was kind of shocked. But when you have something like a lazy eye, it affects your self-esteem a lot, especially when you are dealing with it at a young age. And for me, I was bullied a lot in school, elementary, middle school, junior high, high school. It was hard, and I went to like two different schools, so it was hard. It affected me a lot. Growing up, I was known as this girl that stares at people, the weird girl that stares at people. And it was a little bit harder for me because I have ADHD. So I stare into space a lot because of it. And that's why I take medication for it. So that way I'm not staring into space. And it helps me focus, helps me work more, and helps me pay attention to stuff more. So when you're staring off into space and then your eye starts wandering, people start thinking that you're looking at them when you're not. And it was hard. I didn't have a lot of friends. I didn't go to prom. I didn't really participate in a lot of, school stuff. I didn't do sports. I didn't do, none of that because, oh, hold on, my eyes got blurry. Because I didn't want to. And because of all the bullying that I got from it, it, caused me to have insecurities, depression. I have social anxiety, so I always wonder what people think of me, you know. it's hard. It is the hardest thing ever. And, you know, when I was growing up, hi blue skies, when I was growing up, you know, they didn't have like awarenesses and stuff for like certain illnesses and like diseases, so no one really knew about it, you know. But like nowadays you could go on Google and Google strabismus and it's crazy. And there are like surgeries and stuff for it. I never got surgery for it, don't know why. My parents just didn't. But I wanted to make this video because I just wanted to let anyone who struggles with it, like I do, you're not alone. And I saw this video of this 4-year-old girl, and it literally just like brought me to tears because, sorry, because like, you know, I was around her age when I was diagnosed with it. And, you know, as a kid, when you go to school and you have an eye that just goes inward, you know, people look at you like you're a freak. And like, you know, when I saw this 4-year-old girl, it was just like, wow, you know. And, you know, part of your eye going inward is that, you know, it's blurry and it's not fun. And so what a lot of people don't really notice is that my glasses actually only one, if you look closely at my glasses, I only have one real lens on it, and the other one is actually just like a regular like glass, you know, because it's just this eye that has the problem. And so like I was watching this little girl go into vision therapy, and like the mom was like talking about how her daughter is like scared to do certain things because she can't see them, because, you know, when your eye goes inward, you basically, this eye becomes like, you know, it does all the work because you can't see nothing out of your eye if it's going inward. And so I was watching this little girl, and literally like everything the mom was saying and like what the little girl was saying, it was like me. Like that's why it brought me to tears, because like I was her age dealing with it. And when you're 4, you're like in preschool, kindergarten, you know. So like, you know, oh, it's hard. And then afterwards, when she was done with her therapy and her eyes were fixed, because I don't know what they did, I think she had surgery or something, the doctor asked her, what's it like having, you know, like straight eyes that look straight? And she goes, nothing's blurry anymore. And she was like so happy, you know. And, you know, one of my like biggest fears is that, you know, when I have kids, that they're gonna have it. And, you know, and it's hard. And I'm not just talking about being bullied as a little kid. I was bullied in high school. You know, people thought I was staring at them when I wasn't. You know, I can't control this eye. I wish people would understand that if I could control this eye, I would. I can't control it, you know. So like, oh my god, like to see a little kid suffer with it, that's what kind of put me over the edge. Because, you know, I was that little kid. I was that little girl that had strabismus. And, you know, and I know little kids bullying you, that's one thing. But when the same kids continue to bully you from elementary school to junior high to high school, that's kind of when it's like, you know. And I actually didn't go to high school at my old school. I ended up moving to a public school for my high school because the school that I went to was shit. And because I have a learning disability, they didn't know how to teach kids that were like that. So I went to a public school that had classes like that. But I might have to remove you, honestly, because like you're just, you're saying stuff that I already know. I'm not crying about my eye at all. And I'm not worrying about my eye. But I'm crying about the fact that with this eye, it ruined my childhood. I don't have any friends because of this eye. I suffer from social anxiety because of this eye. Because I have social anxiety and insecurities, I also have depression because of this eye, because of what everyone has done and picked on me for. And I get that you're being helpful, but, I don't know. It's just like, and I was actually watching this other YouTuber talk about her strabismus and how she actually got surgery for it, but it didn't help, and now she has, she basically like has the same problem again. And she was just talking about how because she had surgery for it, she had to wear an eye patch to school, and so she got bullied a lot for it. And I've been bullied a lot, not necessarily my eye. I would say I've been bullied for other things, my size, how I look, but my eye was just like the icing of the cake, because people who don't know me would assume that I'm looking at them, and I'm not looking at you. I can tell you right now, and obviously my eye has improved a lot since I was, 4 years old. If you see me when I was 4 years old, you would have been like, oh wow, yeah, but since then I've gotten my eyes corrected, and I wear corrective lenses that, they don't force my eyes, but they just help me, so it's easier on my eyes when I wear glasses, because if I don't, I end up straining my eyes, and that's when that's when my double vision comes out, and it's annoying. It's really annoying. I'm not playing the victim, though. See, that's what I'm talking about. I can't. Yeah, originally I was just gonna make this like a video and not do a live stream, because for this reason, because I already knew there was gonna be one person that was gonna jump in and try to add their 2 cents into a situation that they're not in, that they'll probably never be in, that they'll probably never understand fully. So I was gonna just make a simple video on it, but I was like, you know what, I really don't feel like editing a video, because I don't really want to watch, like, I just don't like talking about it. So I wanted to just, hear it once, do it once, and be done with it. And so I was like, I'll just do a live real quick. But you know what, but I'm not playing the victim. I know there's people out there that have other problems. You were not here in the beginning of this live, so you probably didn't hear me say this, but there's different types of strabismus. Some people have it worse, some people don't. Some people got 2 eyes that go inward, some don't. Some people have eyes that go upward, that go downward, that go this way instead of this way. It's not, it's different for everyone. So I'm fully aware that there are people that have it worse. I'm not sitting here and saying that my life is shit because of my eye. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm aware that there's people out there that have it worse, and I pray for everyone out there that has it worse. My grandpa is a cancer survivor. I watched him suffer with cancer. I watched someone die from cancer. So please don't hop on here and try to tell me that there's someone out there that has it worse, because I am fully aware of that. The shit that I've dealt with, the shit that I've seen, you probably have never seen. You probably have never dealt with it. So, don't try to tell me nothing about what people have worse. I know. I wanted to make a video for people out there who struggle with this, who went through what I went through, because there's a lot of us out there. I've met a lot of people out there. I was not making this video to play victim and all that shit. That's what really irritates me. I'm not playing victim for no one. I'm not a victim. If you would let me finish what I was talking about in the beginning, you would know that when I was diagnosed with depression, I went through therapy, got a medication, and I'm better. But since you want to hop in and add your 2 cents in, talk about, oh, don't play victim, don't cry about it, it's not going to help. First of all, I'm not crying about my eye. What makes me emotional is hearing everything that was said to me growing up. When you're bullied, it haunts you. And I'm not talking about being bullied on the internet like what you're doing right now. I'm talking about people coming to your face and telling you that you're a fucking weirdo, and telling you that you stare at people, that you have problems, that you're fat, that you're this, that you're that. Hearing that constantly, it affects you. And it makes you think down about yourself. You can ask anybody that was bullied. Anybody. Nobody's playing victim when they're talking about this. This is why I'm in therapy. Because I can't talk about this to nobody. There's too many people out there like you. They want to assume that you know something about them, something that you don't know. I'm in therapy for this reason. Because I don't trust nobody. I have anxiety problems. I have an anxiety disorder. I have depression, social anxiety. I got it all. Don't try to tell me somebody got it worse. I am aware of that. I've watched people die in car accidents. One of my friends was murdered. So I don't need you to tell me anything about people who have it worse. Do not. Because I'm aware of that. I'm fully aware of that. Okay? I know a 6-year-old with autism, and he has asthma, and when he gets asthma attacks, he gets hospitalized for them, because that's how bad his asthma is. Well, not anymore, because he's going through treatment right now, but he used to. So please don't hop in, because it's unnecessary, and I love how you left. You're not even talking. So anyway, back to the whole point of this fucking video. I'm about to end this real quick because now I'm irritated. Like, I'm just killed my whole mood. The whole point of this video was to just let people know who also have it, because, it's a huge, what a lot of people don't realize, especially a lot of people online with no profile picture, who have nothing better to do with their life, is that when you have something like this eye, or maybe a bump, or, anything that lowers your self-esteem, it is hard to look at yourself in the mirror. And if you don't feel good about yourself, that is you. And that is not you playing victim. Nobody's playing victim. You know what I'm saying? And that's what really irritates me when I try to explain to people about my anxiety and my depression issues. And they're like, oh, get over it. Just don't be sad. It's not that easy. If it was that easy, I would not be in therapy. I would not be on medication. So, it's just annoying. But anyway, to end this video off on a good note, I just wanted to, make this video because I care about people. I don't want to see a child, go through what I went through. And it doesn't necessarily have to be with, strabismus or a lazy eye. I don't like to see children being bullied, because nowadays children are killing themselves. And, back then when I was in elementary school and junior high, I wasn't really aware of what suicide was. But obviously when I got diagnosed with depression, I experienced all that fun stuff, suicidal, thoughts and, self-harm, and it's not fun. It's not. And it just irritates me when people like to jump in and talk about something that they don't know. You're not being helpful. You sitting here saying I'm playing victim is not being helpful at all. And if you were to go onto YouTube right now and type in strabismus, you're going to see lots of videos of people talking about their journey with it. So I apologize that your life is so boring and you have to go and comment on people's lives and videos to make yourself feel better about yourself. If anything, you're the victim, not me. Because nothing is wrong with you and nobody cares about you. And all over the world are coming together and helping people out like me who have disorders and, issues and eye problems. There's so many communities out there. But there's none for you. I apologize for that. Anyway, I'm gonna go. But just remember, if you're being bullied, you can always come to me because I've been there, done that. And if you struggle with, a lazy eye or whatever, hit me up. I'll be your friend. Because, I struggle with it too. Obviously, it's better like before. So obviously, it's not going to be extreme. But, yeah. Bye, guys.